it might be the host place for where you see yet again how the world's reshaping and how its trade and other relationships like the ones you're pointing out will crystallize. At least that's my hopeful view here, is that BRICS may in fact be at I hope the cutting edge of a whole new series of relationships that will define where the world goes to. Obviously, the EU also trying to make these kind of arrangements as it understands that the transatlantic relationship has come asunder. For me, Charles, though, you picking up on those two things really alerts me to, hey, it's finally beginning to happen, and that's good news.
Adesua, this was in a way it was heartwarming to see Tinubu and his people doing something like this. Do you think they have woken up? Are they
I, I,
are they
I'm waiting to hear.
showing their mojo and their creative
I have
juices
to
here?
crack,
My ears are
I have
open.
to crack a joke. I have to crack a joke before we get serious. So someone said Tinubu Tinubu has made he's made serious agreements now with Brazil and then Colombia and right before that St. Lucia. And somebody said, does this route sound familiar? If you get the joke, you get it. No.
Oh no, no!
Wow,
Okay, no, jokes
it's a
aside,
cartel.
jokes aside,
Don't go there. We'll be sued.
oh, jokes aside, jokes aside, I think I'm with Furiel that we are seeing a multipolar world order kind of come out because also yesterday and we saw what's going on in China with the pictures of Xi Jinping and Putin and Kim Jong Un and the conversations that are happening and Trump is throwing a fit saying, "Oh, you guys are working against America," and it's just like you removed yourself from here. And then you took the life vest out off of Europe, and so now you guys are in trouble and we're facing ourselves. And so I think what we're seeing as Pharaoh said, is a multipolar world order trying to rise. Now, Nigeria, because right after they came back from Brazil, the vice president of Colombia was in Nigeria to sign another type of BASA and MOUs essentially on similar type of agreements. This is not the first time we're seeing this with Nigeria and Brazil. Very important part of our history is around 78 when the IMF and World Bank was pushing structural adjustment programs on Nigeria. And Buhari said, was it 78? I think it was around then, but it was Buhari's first time. When they said we did not want to go on the structural adjustment programs, it was Brazil that helped bail Nigeria out with some trade swaps, right? And so that is the foundation of the relationship between the two countries. There's also cultural ties because a huge number of Brazilians are Europe have Yoruba heritage. They still worship the same gods, and we have a huge population of what you call Brazilian returnees in Lagos, right? And the whole of Lagos Island, you have your Brazilian segment of Lagos Island. So the cultural ties, there's the economic, historical ties. It's good to see. Have they woken up? Possibly. Because I think it's interesting that first they went to St. Lucia and then they've gone to Brazil multiple times. In the 9 months, there's been 3 trips in 9 months, and people were like, well, this is excessive. But we're seeing some things
Hmm.
come out of this. Now, obviously, the one thing I will say here is this: with the Tinubu government, you have to be very careful. Every policy is what we call a racket. It is a racket for a person who's close to the president, right? And so we see certain policies that come out. Some are logical and some are illogical. But what you can be sure of is that there is an oligarch that is close to the president that's benefiting from it. What is important is if it also then goes to benefit the everyday Nigerians. I think we need more of these type of relationships, right? Particularly with countries in the global south. We definitely need more of these type of connections and ties and economic relationships, especially in when Trump and tariffs and America is doing this and Europe is throwing everyone out. We need to focus on ourselves. So I do think it's a good thing, but I'm always still cautious.
So do you always find that there's
Bob,
an oligarch somewhere here, Adesua, who's going to get
Ah,
rich?
yes. Oh yes, yes, yes. Allegedly, but yes, I can give you examples. They wake up one day, they ban the export of shea nuts, and then the nephew of Bua has taken a front page ad in front of the Guardian talking about the importance of of shea and cosmetics, and he's the executive director of Bua. Bua, of course, is the cement factory, Dangote's cousin and competitor with the Rabiu family. You see the same thing one day they woke up and they say no more solar implants, and then you hear the cousin of the president is the largest solar manufacturer in Nigeria and stuff like solar panel manufacturer. So they're different things.
Hmm.
Essentially, somebody has to be personally benefiting from a policy. So that's the appearance it gives, right? I wouldn't say this on air, but I can say this on podcast. What you hope is
Hmm.
that there is also follow through, because a lot of times they love an MOU and a picture opportunity, but they hate a follow through. We were promised billions from Nigeria India relationship. Until today, nothing. I know the Nigeria China Investment Fund, the funding from Nigeria, nothing. But I think they've given them an office now. So honestly, you see these things, they announce them, they cut a ribbon, sometimes they take some pictures, but then the follow through is often not there. So I am always cautious to see what comes after. Because for me, what's an MOU? They meet minute of meetings, right? I need you to sign real agreements and then see you put your money where your mouth is.
Hmm.
It's a marriage proposal, It's but Bob,
Yeah.